Okay, so tax season is here, and with a brand new system like TaxPayers, I know it can feel a little daunting, right? But what if I told you it's actually way more straightforward than you think? In the next few minutes, we are going to break it all down, step by step, so you can file your employee tax return with total confidence.
Look, this isn't just going to be a random list of tips. We're doing a full, deep dive. Think of this as your comprehensive end-to-end playbook designed specifically for employees. We're going to follow a real-world example from the very beginning to the very end, so you can see exactly how it all works.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll get comfortable with how the tax system is set up. Then, we'll meet our case study, Tuan A. We're going to walk through his main tax form, piece by piece, including how to report his assets and liabilities. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with the key things you absolutely have to remember.
All right, enough with the theory. The best way to learn this stuff is to just do it. So let's jump right in and follow a complete real-world example from the moment we log in all the way to hitting that submit button.
Okay, so let's get into it. I want you to meet Tuan A. He's going to be our case study for this whole process. His situation is super common, just a regular, full-time employee with one job, which, honestly, makes him the perfect person for us to follow along with.
So here's the lowdown on Tuan A. He's a permanent employee, worked the entire 2025 tax year, and he's got his official withholding receipt from his company. That's super important. His tax status, single with 0 dependents. And key detail here, he has no other income and no special deductions, which keeps our example nice and clean.
His total gross income for the year, that's before anything gets taken out, is 533.5 million rupiah. Just keep that number in your back pocket. It's our starting point for everything. Now, this number, this is the most important one. His company has already taken out and paid 87.375 million rupiah in taxes for him. You can think of it like he's already got a credit sitting with the tax office. We're going to see this number pop up again later, and it's basically the key to this whole thing.
And last but not least, here's a quick snapshot of his finances at the end of the year. He's got some cash and a car as assets, and he also has a loan as a liability. We're going to need this info for the attachments, and I'll show you exactly where that goes in just a bit.
All right, we've got all of Tuan's info. Now it's time for the main event, actually filling out the core tax return, what they call the SPT Induk. Okay, first things first, you're going to head over to the core tax portal. You'll use your 16-digit national ID or tax number and your password to log in. Pretty standard stuff.
Once you're in, you'll select Pekerjaan, which just means employment, as your source of income. Now pay close attention to this button right here, Posting SPT. This is like the magic button. When you click this, the system just pulls in all the data your employer already sent in. It's a huge time saver and seriously cuts down on typos.
Next up, the system's going to ask a few really simple yes or no questions about your income. For our guy Tuan A, we're saying yes to income from his job and no to everything else. What this does is it customizes the form for you so you only see the parts you actually need to fill out. It's pretty smart. In this next bit, all you have to do is select your non-taxable income status, or PTKP. For Tuan A, that's TK/0, since he's single with no dependents. And, watch this, the system instantly does all the math. It calculates his taxable income and exactly how much tax he owes. No more calculators or spreadsheets, it just does it for you. It's awesome. All right, now we're at the tax credits section. See question 10A? You're going to answer yes here. Why? Because remember that big number from before? This is where you tell the system, hey, my employer already paid this tax for me. You're officially claiming that credit. And boom, here's the final result. Because the tax Tuan A owes is the exact same as the tax his employer already paid, his final status is nihil. That's just a fancy word for zero. It means he doesn't owe anything more and he's not getting a refund. This is actually the best case scenario because it means we can skip the next 2 whole sections of the form. We are so close to the finish line. The very last thing we have to do on the main form is declare his assets and liabilities. So let's plug in that info about his cash, his car, and his loan. So to get the right forms to pop up, you just scroll down to section I, and you're just going to answer yes to questions 14A and 14B. They basically just ask, hey, do you have any assets or debts to report at the end of the year?
Answering yes opens up these attachment forms. This one, Lampiran 1, is where you'll list out all the details for each of your assets. So for Tuan A, this is exactly where he'd put in his cash savings and his car.
And you know what's really cool? The system makes it super easy to manage this list from one year to the next. You can hit the plus button to add a new asset, use the little pencil icon to edit something from last year, or just click the trash can to get rid of something you don't own anymore. It's all very intuitive.
And just like that, we're done. Tuan's tax return is complete. So before we sign off, let's just quickly run through the most important things to remember. Think of this as your final checklist.
Okay, so number 1, get your documents ready beforehand. Your withholding slip, a list of your assets and debts, have it all handy. 2, use that posting SPT button. Seriously, it's your best friend. It saves time and prevents mistakes. 3, read those yes/no questions carefully so you fill out the right stuff. And finally, number 4, always double-check your final status, whether it's nihil, you owe more, or you're getting a refund before you hit submit.
So, the big question is, are you ready to file your taxes with confidence? We've gone through the whole thing, a truly comprehensive look from start to finish. As you can see, the core tax system is actually designed to be way more straightforward than you might have thought. You've got the playbook now, you're ready to get it done.